How we doing, folks? Here we have the pop-up offer that's been going in the last day or two for a princely sum of 5,000 gold. It's the Tier 7 German Heavy Premium VK4503. Very similar looking to the Tiger 2 and the E75, and the turret is also similar to what is on your VK4502B. The main reason for that being is the gun is the 8.8cm K43L71, the exact same gun that you get to start off with on the Tiger 2, the E75 and the 4502B. Just a little bit of factual information there. The tank itself starts off with 1450 HP, can be slightly increased depending if you use your enhanced armour. Your hull is 100 at the front, turret is 100 at the front, and the sides and the rear on both the hull and the turret are 80 and 80 respectively. Your view range, if you're using optics, is 282 metres, and if you're using camo nets for your concealment level, brings it down to 264 metres. Your DPM, if you're using rammer, is 2488, and that gives you a 5.3 second reload. And if you're using calibrated, it brings the reload down to 5.7 seconds and a DPM of 2314. So a drop of 164. Nothing major. The standard pen using rammer is 203 with your AP, 237 with your APCR, and 44 with your HE. If you use calibrated shells, brings it up to 213 pen, 249 with APCR, and 48 with your HE. Your damage, average damage on those, is 220, 190 and 270 respectively. It's not too bad for a Tier 7. Aim time can be adjusted slightly depending on what you use in your equipment. It goes from 4.6 up to 5.3. If you use supercharged, it'll be 5.3. If you use refined gun, it's 5.3 with your supercharged. But if you use your gun lane tracks and what have you, it brings it down to 4.6 and 4.9, depending on what way you set your equipment up. It comes with a ice block camo, as you can see dressed here. It also comes with 30 days premium, and it comes fully equipped, so you can adjust it to whatever setup you like. But it's quite a decent tank, and it's not too bad to start off with, especially in Tier 7 for a premium. 150% profit margin on it, so yeah, credit efficiency is not too bad. It's not the best, but it's decent at 150. What else can we tell you about this thing? An interesting thing about this: velocity, your shell velocity with your gun. Now, if you're using standard AP with your rammer, it's 1000. If you use AP with your supercharged, it goes to 1300. Now, the difference with your APCR is your velocity standard goes to 1250, and with your APCR using supercharged, it then goes to 1625. 1625, that is fast. That can make a difference between missing that snapshot and not missing it. Your HE standard is 1000, and if you use supercharged, it goes to 1300. You've got 8 degrees gun depression and 15 degrees elevation. Your gun dispersion is quite good at 0.293. You got a forward speed of 38 and a reverse of 14, but your average speed will be about 26. Your turret reverse is 34 and your hull is 38, so it's not a bad beastie at all. And for 5,000 gold, for a tier 7 medium heavy, 30 days of premium, and fully equipped with a camo, it's worth grabbing if it's up there for you to take advantage of. Let's have a look and see what we can do battle wise. How we doing, folks? And this is some of the ways that you can combat against the VK4503. I'm showing here through Tank Inspector the modules of the beastie. As you can see, there are different coloured areas of the tank, and if you click on the modules it will show them up. Now if you look at the yellow parts, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 ammo racks in the VK4503. There are 2 situated on the rear of the turret, left and right, there and there, which will cause 200 health points to be lost if you hit them off the tank, and 1 on the left and the right of the main chassis just above the tracks. There. The engine, front engine, is your drive shaft engine for the front drive wheels. There, which will cause 280 health points off your damage. And lower plate, just in the centre, there is the back end of the drive shaft engine, which is connected to the main engine in the back, although it doesn't show it in here. But your main engine is situated in the rear, and again 260 health points off of it. There are also 5 orange modules, all fuel tanks. The fuel tanks in the VK4503 are all situated in different places, left, right, bottom and rear. And any of those, as you can see, will cause 200 health points to be deducted from the tank's health point pool. You've got your radio operator at the front, 25 health points, your driver, which will slow the tank down. You've got your loader, which will slow your loading gun. So if you're using calibrated shells at 5.3 reload, it'll then become a lot slower. You've got your gunner at the front, and your commander sitting at the rear at the back of the turret. Now, front drive, your tracks 190 if you can get the front and back, so it's well worth looking at. And if you look at the armour, if you side strafe, normal side strafe, if you bring your gun just to about 16 degrees above your track wheel, front left or front hand track wheel, your armour at the side's 337. It's 80mm thick, but your pen becomes 330, 340 standard. But if you turn it so that your gun is just about 5 or 6 degrees, so let's put it at 5 degrees, so you're aiming at your tank, your sides then become 1000, nearly 2000 on average, or 1200 rather on average. Both left and right, obviously, both the same, but at slight different deviation in angle. So if you bring your gun so you're aiming at your tank at 8 degrees, then it drops down to 760, or obviously still decent enough for side scraping, but go too far and it goes down. Your front plate is not all that great. Your turret at the top, side scraping values 382. Depends what angle, but if you use your angles for side scraping, don't go full 45 degrees, above your above your track wheels, because then they will be penned side on. Turn it a little bit more further, and as you can see, it becomes a lot thicker and a lot harder to penetrate. Same with your sides in between your tracks. Obviously the tracks will go through, but look at the difference in the penetration values. But as I said, your lower plate and your top plate, not all that great. But that's the modules. Worth learning to combat against the VK4503. Ammo rack, ammo rack, ammo rack, ammo rack. And at the back end you've got your fuel tanks, 5 of them. So any decent aimed shot will get the ammo racks and the fuel tanks, your main engine at the back and your drive wheel engine at the front. And if he's sitting straight onto you, aim right at the bottom plate and you should get the engine, which will slow him down or maybe even put him on fire. Hope those are handy for you.